Allowing us to go. What you come for us?
Can't watch your dinner course or cotton there.
And last week, you know, I started from last 2 weeks. You buy, you know, na prosecution on my file charge sheet, any brief fact. But you buy, you know, all of a sudden, almost say, taking a plea. Now they are doing investigations into S record to this court to the man and completing investigation. In fact, my objective very vehemently, he said the rules, once we've been served with the charge sheet can be amended at any time. But I spoke all I can. But in the erudite wisdom of my lady, the judge, he obliged them for 2 weeks. Or plain so. And then you buy the see and say, I don't know, Samuti, or Cassie and Koye mental, Emromuno. Judge, you know, your friend will proprio motu on her own initiative, no. Obitimia or that. Omukoye or done by Omukoye medical report in a by, you know. Not just a quiet demu say, you bit me taking a plea. Into ye taking a plea. Now, or say, Udibim. Now, in some no modia bano. I feel you become men person make a moon sem be but charge, you know, any moon ceremony, you know, Yadimra, any at the better to him, no crowd in cool moon, Tim Pesse, Miku. But Nititi Muan say, court admitting to bail and our money bail. Na bail no, what I said, bail no, Cassa, any pamino, in Jinamano, na Obi Okita Diana say landed property, but Miss Asreso say no, na a check. Into court no onion any property. Now my leading so tie me. And okay say car cry. And from Intiafania start into next adjournment, you know, which will be on the March, second week in March. Yeba eso omodi adance or more any the omobi or omode emaye. If any disclosures to omode bar na fi ya don so asem. But we anya asem bia so asem chese senior makano men kasa bibre nyame ya adom na ye de hihye so a oman ni nyina ebihu na let me sound a caution. You say obi se oye ne maame no pacha oni ye nim no oye imposter enti vloggers dey am ye munjai nko dress obi se ne maame onim ho hwe enye ne maame no kansem nti sa no mani nyina no mo the information ba mo cross checking na mo kan no kra na ewo na o man ni nyina.
But lawyer Pacho betimi atiwa with the mental examination court seals can you share any of that to the public?
With all due respect, obia mental health private, confidential. Even say any judge na order no obia disclose or outsider e betimi asiu. So your privileges and your rights. Osha your anymore, Osha Evidence Act na or your privilege and your mental status. You be keeping the secret. And all right, so be a intimate farmer want into a personal to on any lawyer.
Okay, so obey to me summing up English am I English people know what to.
Okay, to begin with, last 2 weeks they conveyed they arraigned Ebunowa before court. You know his name as Ebunowa. And when we came last 2 weeks, they had given us the charge sheet and the brief fact that we were thinking that they would come and take the plea. But when we came, they said they just came to court for the court to remand him because they were doing investigation in relation to that matter. I stood up and opposed it vehemently, that even as they were here on that 2 weeks, they didn't bring a scintilla or a modicum of evidence to persuade the court that this is what they are doing. Because after all, when you are doing investigations, I even told the court last 2 weeks that if it were cocaine, narcotics or robbery, they would come with the evidence and say that they want to go to do forensic analysis and all those things. So the court should oblige them more time to do. So they could not make the police could not make the court an extension of their investigation. I did all this and quoted all the laws that we know, because the accused is always presumed innocent until he pleads guilty or the court convict him that he is guilty of the offense charge. But in the wisdom of my lady, he said we should oblige them for that 2 weeks. So today we came, being 15th, we came, and when we came, they were not opposed to bail. In fact, they know that they cannot oppose to bail. And in the wisdom of my lady, and pursuant to the laws of Ghana, which is superior to any other thing, even discretion is subject to law. Discretion must always be reasonable, just and fair. And in the wisdom of the erudite judge, he admitted the accused person, Ebunowa, to bail. We took 2 sureties, one to justify with a landed property. But I also still prayed for mitigation, that if it can be made at large, the property can be made at large. And the court also heard us and said that he has made it at large, either landed property or a car or something. So we are to appear in March for the disclosures to be given us for us to start or commence the trial.
So,
Thank you.
Some people argue that this is merely content creation. And this is merely content creation. Given the court's discretionary power, can you ask the judge to discharge the case on that basis?
Discharge, in law, we have discharge and acquittal. I cannot, it's the prosecution who must prove their case beyond reasonable doubt. So as the matter unfolds, the only thing I can do, if the prosecution is minded to continue, at the end of when they open their case and closes, all that we will do is that we may file submission of no case to answer, but we cannot compel the court to discharge the accused. All that we can do is to request for or apply for, we will apply for submission of no case to answer, pursuant to the trial that will unfold. So discharge is premature for now.
Thank you, lawyer. Thank you.
I'm grateful.
Thank you.